Hey guys, Simon here with a quick little video to admit that I was utterly wrong on one of my predictions. Back in my first video announcing the new Werewolf Planeswalker, Arlene Cord, I suggested that the original flip mechanic found on the Werewolves of Innistrad probably wouldn't make it into SOI. As spoilers for some new werewolves were revealed, I quickly realized that I was off. The tried and true spell flips of werewolves from yesteryears is making a comeback, and I'm of two minds about it. A lot of cards in SOI seem to have some synergy with spells. Werewolves, Thing in the Ice, Brain in a Jar, Aberrant Researcher, just to name a few. In standard and other constructed formats, of course you'll have a wide pool of viable spells to choose from. What I'm worried about is limited play. Will there even be enough decent spells sharing the Werewolf Tribal to make it viable? It's just a small concern I have with not just the werewolf flip mechanic, but all these cards that utilize spell play. Regardless of my concerns, werewolves are gonna flip based on spells you and your opponent cast. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform the human. Once in wolf form, it changes to, at the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform it back. It's gonna be pretty interesting how they decide to take werewolves in SOI when compared to the original Innistrad block. If you remember that far back in the day, you had insane synergy cards in this tribal. But not just for the werewolf sides, you had great human synergies throughout the block as well, giving your humans a little buff while you waited for them all to flip at the same time, becoming even stronger. One of my favorite cards in my old werewolf deck was Mayor of Averbrook. This is a great example of that double-sided synergy werewolves used to have. He gave all your humans +1/+1 while in his mayoral form, and when he flipped, he kept providing those buffs by giving your werewolves and wolves +1/+1. Just a great solid card that pulled the entire tribal together. So far, at the time of this recording, we don't know if the Werewolf Tribal and SOI will share this kind of synergy. You can rest assured that werewolves will provide buffs to one another, but it's the human aspect that I'm questioning. Will they go deep and give humans a little side tribal in SOI as well? We have to wait and see. Another concern I hope gets addressed are other ways besides spells to transform your werewolves. Sometimes it can be hard to keep your opponent from playing spells, or maybe you'll have to respond using a couple yourself. Regardless, it's tricky to keep all your guys as werewolves sometimes. Back in the original block, you had cards like Moon Mist to guarantee a flip when you needed it, not to mention preventing the damage they took. I just hope Wizards gives us some more flavorful cards like this in SOI. Not only does it just fit the theme perfectly, it's also really necessary for a tribe like this. Another card I hope gets reprinted to complement the Werewolf Tribal would be something similar to Full Moon's Rise. This enchantment just screamed flavor to me back in the day. A moon that buffed my werewolves and could cause them to regenerate. Man, could you imagine this in SOI? I'm hoping for a card that kinda combines Moon Mist and Full Moon's Rise. Maybe an enchantment that permanently transforms all humans to werewolves and gives them +1 attack. But you can sack the enchantment, causing all werewolves to flip and regenerating all humans that died this turn. This is just me spitballing a random idea. Something akin to that would be pretty sweet. Anyway guys, sorry for the incorrect prediction. You can't get them all right. I'll be doing a werewolf review once all of these beasts have been spoiled, so make sure you check that out as we approach SOI's release. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving a like and subbing to the channel. It goes a long way in supporting future content. You can also support this channel by becoming a patron on Patreon and following me on other social media outlets. Find links to those in the description below. As always guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.